Hello there. Thank you so much for joining us. This is News Channel Nebraska. My name's Eric McKay. Let's take a look at our top headlines today. Beginning in the Panhandle, where state officials are investigating after a 24-year-old woman was shot while hunting. It happened in Scotts Bluff County. Game and Parks officials say the woman was shot by someone in her hunting group. She was treated at a Scotts Bluff hospital for her injuries and released. No word yet on any citations or arrests. In southeast Nebraska, a State Patrol SWAT team assisted police in the apprehension of a suspect this week. Dan Swanson has more.
A Crime Stoppers tip line assisted police in obtaining a search warrant for a Nebraska City residence Wednesday and the arrest of a suspect in the January 4th attempted robbery at an NP Mart here. A store clerk told police a masked man walked up to her as she was opening the store around 5 a.m. and followed her inside with a handgun, but fled when he realized she was not alone.
We did get a no-knock warrant to provide the safety of the response of the responding team so that they are allowed to enter in the residence in a manner that they do not have to sit and wait and put themselves in a potential gun battle should that ever occur.
Police Chief Benjamin Murray credits the Nebraska State Patrol for the smooth apprehension of 45-year-old Christopher Driscoll and another man suspected of possession of methamphetamine. From Nebraska City, I'm Dan Swanson, News Channel Nebraska.
7 people are hurt after a chain reaction crash in central Nebraska. It happened just after 6:45 Thursday night near the town of Donovan, about 7 miles south of Grand Island. The Hall County Sheriff's Office says a car tried to turn onto Highway 281 from a parking lot and hit a southbound semi. That collision caused a chain reaction leading to a 6-vehicle pileup. According to a news release, ambulance took 7 people to area hospitals. One of them suffered life-threatening injuries. Sheriff's officials say weather conditions were a factor in the accidents. At least 10 people are dead. 4 major wildfires surrounding Los Angeles. Tens of thousands have been urged to evacuate since the blazes sparked earlier this week. Entire neighborhoods, historic landmarks have been decimated. Maribel Gonzalez is in Pacific Palisades, the site of what's likely to be the costliest fire in U.S. history.
Said he'll be fine. I'll be here when you guys come back. And he said his house would be here.
The death toll is rising as wildfires surround Los Angeles.
His house is here and he was here too. He was in his bed when I found him.
Officials warn the actual number of fatalities will remain unclear until investigators can safely enter fire-ravaged neighborhoods. The Kenneth fire is the 5th to strike the county during the crisis. Officials say the Palisades and Eaton fires have destroyed at least 10,000 structures. The Palisades blaze is the most destructive in county history, despite better weather yesterday.
This lull is helping us focus some resources on perimeter control, getting containment around the fire. It's given us an opportunity to deal with that, but the scope and scale is so immense.
The county sheriff says about 180,000 people were under evacuation orders as of yesterday, with even more facing warnings. Residents to prepare in case they have to leave quickly. Many who flee will find destruction when they return.
Everything is just gone, and you can't even imagine the magnitude of the devastation.
President Joe Biden says the federal government will pay for all disaster response costs for about 6 months.
It's going to pay for things like debris and hazard material removal, temporary shelters, first responders' salaries, and all necessary measures to protect life and property.
In Pacific Palisades, I'm Maribel Gonzalez reporting.
Closer to home, a fire in a grain truck spread Thursday evening, doing damage to a southeast Nebraska property. It happened at a grain elevator in the town of Martell. It's about 10 miles southwest of Lincoln. Rural fire officials say the blaze broke out inside the engine compartment of a feed truck, spreading to a grain bin. No one was hurt, but the fire drew response from 5 different departments. No word yet on what caused the fire to start in the truck. This past summer's special legislative session was designed to solve Nebraska's property tax issues, but some state senators say it created a new issue that needs to be addressed this session. A bill introduced by State Senator Brian Hardin of Gearing would allow all Nebraskans to claim a credit on any property taxes paid in 2024 when they file their tax returns this spring. He says this would allow people who allow all Nebraskans to claim a credit on any property taxes paid this year when they file their tax returns. But not everyone says the bill's necessary. Senator Rob Clemens chairs the Appropriations Committee. He says it's not a matter of not getting the credits, it's a matter of timing.
Payments in 2021, those people paid in 2020, they did not get a credit on their 2020. So the people who always pay in December have missed out on the first credit, but then they caught up to it in 2023 and got the credit.
Discussion on the bill will continue once it's assigned to a committee hearing. It is just a one-time issue. Going forward, the tax credit will be automatically deducted. Well, the Blue Dots days in Nebraska might be numbered. Central City Senator Lauren Lippincott Thursday introduced a bill to switch Nebraska's electoral votes to winner-take-all. Nebraska currently gives 2 electoral votes to the overall presidential winner, then splits the remaining 3 votes by congressional district. Maine is the only other state with such a split. The so-called Blue Dot in District 2, the subject of much national scrutiny last year, when then Republican candidate Donald Trump urged Governor Jim Pillen to call a special session to challenge how Nebraska's votes are counted. Pillen didn't call for that session, though, saying at the time he didn't believe he had the votes. But Pillen said in a statement on Thursday that Lippincott's bill has his full support. The City Council in Valentine has introduced multiple design concepts for a potential wellness center that would be added to the city's high school. The new facility and parking lot would be constructed on the northwest corner of the current high school if it goes through. City council members this week didn't make any decisions, but did vote to pursue possible funding from the state, which could provide between $5 and $6 million of financial help. If Valentine's awarded the grant and if the City Council chooses to move forward with the project, they could begin accepting bids this fall. Wayne State College this week gave the public a look at its first new dorm in decades. Hanky Hazelton got a look as well and has more.
Previously, we just had doubles and some triples on campus, but now with the suites added, we will have singles, and so people are very excited about that they can choose to live by themselves. So there's 4 single rooms and in the suite with a common area and a bathroom. And so that's exciting because all of the rest of our residence halls have common bathrooms, so everybody shares on the floor. So it's only 3 other people, so that's exciting.
One student who experienced the old Berry Hall living situation said it was old and run down, but the thing that made it unique and enjoyable was the people.
As an RA in this dorm, I'm hoping to bring that experience to this new residence hall. I know it'll be, the talk of campus once everybody comes back, but I'm really hoping to bring the community sense that we had in Berry to the new dorm in Stearns.
One thing that's a very big perk for Stearns Hall compared to Berry Hall is how students will be able to go from one warm room to another warm room to work out, no matter if you're an athlete or just a regular student looking to get some exercise in throughout the day.
As a person who likes to stay fit, I'm excited to be able to have access to that if I can't make it across campus to the rec center. It's not going to have free weight, but it'll have dumbbells, it'll have a lot of cardio machines. So as a rugby athlete, it's nice to have that accessibility.
After talking with a few parents, they expressed their excitement knowing that their child is going to be living in a safe and clean facility. But as for the students, they don't actually move in until January 10th, which is just a few days before their spring semester on January 13th. Reporting from Wayne State College, Hanky Hazelton, News Channel, Nebraska.
And finally, some history in southeast Nebraska. Danielle Schwab sworn in as the newest Jefferson County Commissioner Thursday in Fairbury. She becomes the first woman elected to the office in more than 100 years of recorded county history. Schwab elected to the position after emerging through a 4-person primary last year. It's been extremely rare for a woman to even campaign for this position, but Schwab has now earned her seat at the county government table.
Public service is not just about holding a position. It's about listening, learning, and always putting the needs of the people first. I believe that any position, whether elected, appointed, or volunteering, must keep that mindset at the core of everything they do. If you ever find yourself resenting the people you're meant to represent, it may be time to step back and reevaluate.
Schwab's been working over the past year to help citizens learn what county government actually does, while she learns the ins and outs of the role herself.
We are here to serve the people in the best and most respectful way we can. This position isn't about me, it's about all of you. It's about working together to ensure our county remains strong, responsive, and prepared for the future.
She joins Mark Shanerock and longtime Commissioner Michael Dux on the county board. Their seats will be on the ballot in the next election cycle. And you can stay up to date with the very latest by following us online. Head to newschannelnebraska.com and click on the News tab there. You can also follow us on X, like us on Facebook and Instagram as well. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend. This is News Channel Nebraska.